Okay, JavaScript and walking the HTML DOM. It's fairly straightforward, and what we've got here is a simple page with some elements on it, HTML elements, and we're going to walk the DOM, find them, discover a little bit about it, and print a message up. So on the page we have one link which should be ready to go, and when you click it, it will put a message into the message box area, and the message will be about the HTML elements that it found inside this container. So we've got some anchors which are inside a list item which is inside an ordered list, and at the end of those we just have a simple p tag. We'll have a look at the HTML document in a minute, and we have another one, just a p tag with a span inside it. And at the end here we've just got a simple text node wrapped in nothing. Okay, so that's the HTML layout, and we'll see what happens now when we click the link. The all-important HTML document, and this is the area we're going to be walking. Everything that we will be walking is inside a container because things need containing, that's where they belong. Let's have a look at the unordered list inside. Inside the unordered list we have a list item, and inside the list item we have an anchor. The anchor's got a class on it. We might be looking at that in the JavaScript in a minute. So there we have a paragraph tag with a span inside it, and then a text element node at the end. This is just a simple message box where we're going to put the output message after inspecting this area. This is the link that you're going to click on to bring it all to life, and this part of the tag will be using again the part of the ID element itself. Here we have initialization, just to put the event handlers on here, which is going to make it clickable and do what it does. We have a style sheet included, and that's it. That's the document object. Right, let's go and walk it. Okay, I've chosen to show you this one in IE6 because if it works in this, the most uncompliant browser on the market, is going to work anywhere. Right, there's the area we're going to inspect, there's the message box where it's going, and let's click the link. There we go for a page of ugliness. We found 4 elements on the page according to IE6. They are numbered 0 through to 3, and we have inside the first item, which was an unordered list. It found a list item, another list item, another list item, another list item. Tells me how many children are inside it, and we have a look at the very first child, and then we have a look at its type, value, name, class, and its inner HTML. These are the words, by the way, that print up here. Okay, so that's what it's doing. Then we found a p tag, then we found another p tag which had another element inside it, and then we found finally one child node which we didn't seem to know anything about at all. Right, that's it. Okay, this is a close-up of the HTML, everything you need to see. As you can see, the link that has the event handler put on it, the container that we talked about, and the spans and the nodes at the bottom, the very last child node there. One point to note is that here in Firefox you'll see that they all have one child element, and here in Microsoft they all have 2. It's all to do with white space. I'll just show you that one. What we're going to do is we're going to take some white space out of here, and you'll see how that changes the amount of nodes that the 2 different browsers check. So exactly the same technically, but no white space and no new line in there. Now when you check with IE, you will see one of them's dropped to 1. Okay, it's because we took that extra white space out. Okay, the initialization, dead easy. All we're doing is putting an on-click event handler onto the tag that's in the HTML page, which will kick the whole show into life by calling inspect node. Inspect node has a primary function of deciding whether to show or hide the text. It's a toggle action that I put on most of my pages so I can clear rubbish out of the way. Okay, and after that it continues to go down the page. Of course we blank out the original message box, we clear that and make it visible, and then continue down the page because we're going to inject a message into there. So the next step is now to get all the child nodes of the tag cloud container into an object that we can walk, and then we're just going to test it and see what the elements are made of, what sort of node type they are and node values and what have you, any of the tests we can do. There's no need to hard code this in because we can have multiple links if we get clever here. If we just take it from the this dot ID of the mouse over of the aref that you're going to be clicking on, we can then take a replace of that using a one-line regular expression, which is, what was it called, inspect underscore something. If we replace that with blank, it will leave us with effectively an ID. Right, first bit's dead easy. We've just started to build a string together that we're going to print into the message box, and it prints out the message found so many elements in this ID, and then it just prints time and date. That's it. Then it stuffs it in. It uses the append node function to insert it into the document. Okay, we can just see that page. You see exactly what that line is. Found 7 elements in tag cloud container. So it's telling you everything you need to know. That's what we found, and we're going to walk these 7 elements now. Page. So this is the object collection we're walking through, and we're going to go from X to the end of the array. And this is what we're stringing up in the next line. The tag, and we're calling on the object tag name, and we're calling on the type by calling the node type, and child nodes.length. Yep. So the next interesting thing is we call the has child node. So if this object has child nodes, then we go off and run this function where we print out the child nodes by just stuffing them into the append node function. And we'll look at that function right now. Append my child, all it does, it goes in and gets remember, this is only running if it's got child nodes. We just filter off here if it's got a node type of 1, and then we go on and print out its type, its value, its name, its class, its inner HTML, anything else we can get for you without crashing it if it's wrong. And it continues down the DOM. We just print the first child information out for every single one as we go down. Then we get to the oddball ones at the end. We put those paragraph tags in. We get an undefined type on there because it's a 3. That's a blank line again. Then we find a p tag which has 1 child, but the child is blank. It didn't print. Look, sorry, it wasn't a node type equals 1. The child. Then we have an undefined, another blank line by the looks of it. Then we get a p tag which has got 2 children. One of those is a span tag. So that's all working correctly. And the last one was just that straight empty line at the end. We don't expect anything off that, so it's type 3, no children, undefined. Pretty much say that's white space or unrecognised. Okay. So that's pretty much it. The whole thing working. Whatever you do with yours, I hope you don't make it as ugly as this one, but then again, I'm just here to print out some information. So now you've got this information, you can deal with it, and you can make decisions on it, and you can change values and do other things. And that's what it's all about, walking the dumb node. Go.